Right, few people have asked for a little bit of kind of the basics, if you like. We've got a few new subscribers. I thought I'd just go through it again. It's been a while. So we're in the T55. Lots of shiny, blowy up bombs, and we're just in free flight. So to start things up, the basics. Just let me do that. I'll get into that in a minute. Right, basics. Let's just go with how to start the aircraft, and it's all on here. Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to close the canopy, otherwise it's going to get noisy. Right. So we'll turn the battery on here, and then we're going to turn on the APU, which is a little generator, and we'll see the needle coming up here. Yeah. When that's up to power, we can start the engine. I will see that coming up on here. Just close that down. Once the engine's started, which it has done now, we can turn the APU off. We have over here brake lock. If we take that off, get hold of the throttle. Yep. So we have movement. So it's dead easy. Battery on, APU on, engine on, APU off. Take your parking brake off, and away you go. That easy. That easy to start with. Right, some other things on here. That is to do with your radio. That's for talking to the tower, your wingman, or anything like that. Also, you'll see on this here you've got global or team. Yeah, if you're in multiplayer, you select it to team. The only people who can hear you talk are your team. Same with global. Everybody, it's an open channel to everybody. You've also got a volume here to turn you what's coming in from other players down, if you like. Yeah, you've got an intercom control, which is to your guy at the back, I think. Would make sense. So that's all your radio stuff. This here next to your brakes is wings up, wings down. It's if you're on a carrier. Yeah, just folding the wings up. Ignore that. Other carrier stuff is your launch bar and your launch hook. Yeah. Flight assister here. Fuel port open close if you're doing air-to-air refueling. That's to play your music. Important. All the lights on the aircraft, so interior light, instruments, navigational light, strobes, and a landing light if you want. I'm going to turn the strobes off, it's really annoying. So that's all the lights. This one here, jettison. You select all, empty, taxi, not whatever. You can jettison all the weight at the end of a mission. Or pre-mission, whatever you want. Kato trim there, that's for if you're taking off on a carrier. If you turn that on, it'll take care of the all the trims on your flaps and all the rest of it for taking off. Makes it a bit easier. Gear, flaps, so that's everything in here. This stuff here and over here is specific to the controls. You don't use a hot ass or anything, you just use your hand controllers. So if you imagine you're sitting in your chair and you rest your hand on the arm of the chair, yeah, well I want that over there, so we just put auto on, get hold of the stick, yeah, just rest my hand on the chair, then let go of the stick, turn the auto off. You can do it manually with all of this, but now every time I rest my hand on the chair, it's going to be right on the joystick, and it works exceptionally well. It's unbelievable how well it does work. Right, controls down the middle. Start at the top, I suppose. Autopilot. navigational, heading, speed, altitude. Hit one of those, it will hold whatever you're doing at the moment. HUD brings it up there. HMSC, if I drop my visor by pressing the side of my visor, you'll now see the HUD is displayed on my visor. If I lift the visor, it's gone. HUD tint, HUD brightness, will brighten or darken it. Your standard stuff on the HUD, I won't go into that, it's fairly straightforward. Down here, a bit of old school, altimeter, speed, radar on and off. That'll give you your kind of pitch, your stuff going on. Little compass bearings. Right. You can actually, when you've got kind of altitude and things like that, you can actually change them on here. So you don't have to touch anything. That's getting a bit too deep into it. Anyway, let's just turn the screens on. So this one I'm going to have fuel on and the RWR. Two main screens here. Again, just turn them on. Everything's hand controls. There's no buttons to remember. Now, all the way around here are all your options. Each one of these will take you into a different screen. Now, if I remember one, there was one that was to do with this controller, whether you wanted it center or side. Objectives, navigation, CMS, comms, options, joystick mode. Yeah. Smoke, that's the new one. So if you select smoke on here, and you can change the colour. Yeah. And you can turn smoke on and off. We'll have a look at that in a bit. On this side, I'll just put the map on, navigation. Right, I've got this on PTT, push to talk, rather than it being an open mic. We're ready to rock and roll here, so I'll grab hold of the controller. I'll use the button on the controller. This tells me who I am. This will change from aircraft to aircraft, so it'll be on a plate around here somewhere. Tower, this is Bravo 11 requesting takeoff, over. You're not going to speak to me today because I'm doing a video. Let me try that again. Tower, this is Bravo 11 request takeoff, over. Screw you, Tower, and all the horses that you rode in on. Right, okay. Let me just straighten this up a second. My headset's gone a bit wonky. Okay, so normally that would be comms, air traffic control, air base, takeoff.
Copy. Taxi to runway 02.
Got little yellow lines appeared on the map. Take the brakes off. Right, so on the throttle, if I use trigger, that'll bring the brake on. You'll see it bottom left on my HUD. Now it's brake on the ground, but it's also air brake in the air. On my right hand, if I twist it, that's my rudder controls, and also the jockey wheel on the front of the aircraft when I'm on the ground. So just roll out onto the runway. I am pretty heavy here actually. So after confusing everybody with every button that's on here, the simple one is battery on, APU on, engine off, engine on, APU off, HUD on, and away you go. Oh, don't forget to drop your camera.
Bravo 11 tower, cleared for takeoff at runway 02.
So this is Bravo 11, copy, over. See if he'll start to listen to me. So we'll throttle up here and we'll engage the afterburners. You'll see an AB come up on there. Then we'll release the brake, steer it slightly right. So I'm going to let my speed, which is in the hood left hand side, come up to about 160 knots. That's 150, 160. I'm going to rotate slightly. Oh, no, I'm not. There's a lot of weight here. I'm just going to get it off the floor or hell breaks loose. Say something. Say something. Right, landing gear up. Okay, so we're up in the air. Radar on is there. Armament is there. And then you click through on the button on your joystick for your different weapons. And it's simple, normal aircraft controls, left and right. Pull back, up you go, push forward, down you go. Press fire, get rid of the side of the mountain. Okay, so we'll bank off to the right, pull back on the stick. And we can just control it slightly with the rudder as well. Now the T55 has got a stupid rate of roll. Stupid roll rate under the bridge. Again, this is all in 3D and VR, so it's so easy to know exactly what you're doing and where you're going. Let's get a bit of altitude. We will just go with, in fact, we'll try that smoke, shall we? Smoke on. Home, and let's get a different camera. Hi. Let's so I've not got any smoke there. Let me try and get the, as we stall out, options, smoke on. Home, let's go back to S-cam. Not seeing any smoke. Oh, that's a shame. It does work, honest. It's just not working now when I want to show it off. Okay. So let's come back here. So we've got a stall warning at the moment. Let the nose drop. Speed will come up, 120, 130, 140. There you go, stall warn's gone. Hold altitude, hold speed. Get rid of the master caution. Heading. Have a look outside. All looking good. Of course, this is a two-seater, so I can flip to the rear seat by pressing the button down here. The controls are replicated from down there to up here. So this is usually the instructor's seat. So the instructor can sit up here and give a lesson to the guy in front, or if you're going to do a two roll, you can have the guy up here doing navigation and weapons, target selection, and relaying it all the way up to the guy at the screen as well, relaying information up to him, which is pretty cool. So we will skip forward again. We will come off there and we'll go for a land. I'm just going to hit RTB, return to base. Oh, we have got a wingman with us, or an aircraft with us.
Autopilot disengaged.
Look at all of this. Where he is, he should be around here somewhere. There he is. Oh, right, that's we can actually go and refuel with him. There is actually another aircraft refueling at the moment. Of course, we're in the T55, so there's no way I'm going to be able to get enough speed up to catch him quickly. We'll have a quick look. So that's a friendly, the blue chevron around it. Obviously, if it was a red one, it would be an enemy. Okay, I'm struggling to catch these guys up actually. Really struggling. So see if I can RTB it. No, I can't. Never mind. Tower, this is Bravo 1-1 requesting landing over. Anybody remember where the runway was? It was over here, wasn't it? I remember a bridge. Right, so that's just a little run through and what everything does in here. It's pretty much very similar on all the aircraft, including the helicopter. They all have their own little bits and bobs that are slightly different that you have to learn, especially the VTOL aircraft. So, what's the fuel there? Is that a new one? Who knows? So, landing fairly easy. If you look at the hood, in fact, if I go S-cam and just zoom in a bit, I don't know if you can actually see that hood. I don't think you can. Can you? No. Okay, on the hood there's a little that's awkward. On the hood you'll see a W, and that's where your nose and the wings are pointed, and then you'll see a little fat aircraft, and that's where the aircraft is heading. It makes sense when you can see it, which you can't, unfortunately. So when we come down to land, all you've got to do is put the little fat aircraft on the runway, and that's where you're inevitably your plane's going to go. Tower, this is Bravo 1-1, request landing over. Bravo 1-1 hates the tower. Okay. Okay, we're just killing the power now. We're at 530 knots. So I'm going to give you an external view of us coming into land. Okay, so we're just going to turn in. I am going to drop all of my stuff. Bye bye. There you go. Get rid of a bit of weight. So we'll put the flaps down to 1 and we'll drop the undercarriage. Final turn onto it. Applying the air brakes, you'll see them on the rear of the tail either side of the engine. Okay, there's a bit of woodland. Before we get there, I am pretty high. So speed's down to 250. Lined up with the runway, my little fat aircraft is right on the end of the runway, so I'm going to put my nose up when I get closer to the floor. Speed's down to 210. Okay, I'm lining up on the left hand side of the runway here, but never mind. Okay, bringing the nose up, and brakes, and we're down. down in a spectacular fashion. Wasn't really the plan, that. And can we stop before the end of the runway? That would be good. So what we'll do now is I'll just do a quick takeoff and landing, but I will turn the assists off. Should be hilarious. So, okay, let's just put the parking brake on, bring you guys back in here. Me. One of them. Okay, so down here is the flight assists. I can actually turn them all off. Yep, everything's off now. Okay, so bring it up to power. Set brakes off. Now it gets a lot harder, especially the T55, because it is a twitchy beast. But we've got rid of all the weight, so there goes 160. I'm going to start to rotate. Up we go. Flaps up, landing gear up. Okay, we're up. What we'll do is we're coming for a landing. As I was saying with the roll rate, so we've got the afterburners on, we're at 430 knots, max roll rate. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. That almost went horribly wrong. You can do some pretty sick manoeuvres with the flight assists off, but yeah, you've got to be really good at it. Okay, let's kill the speed. Coming back round. Flight assists are still off. Scrub some speed with a bit of a high G turn. Doing 4 Gs at the moment. Speed's dropped to 270. Give it a bit of throttle again. Find the runway. I've lost the runway. It's right in front of me. Okay, so flaps to 1, landing gear down, speed 289. We've got to be a bit gentler on the stick this time. Again, I'm just using my arm resting on the arm of my chair. So we get the fat aircraft on my hood, sitting on the runway. Pick up throttle control now. A little bit of brake. Yeah, you can really feel the physics kicking in when you've got these assists off. I've just had another level of immersion to it. As we weave and bob our way in, we are bobbing our way in. Lots of little corrections, as you can see, on the stick. Dropping a bit more speed, it's getting sluggish. I need to raise the nose a bit, but coming in a bit hot. Speed's dropping off, a bit more power. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Smooth as you can. We're down, kill the throttle, apply the brake gently. Well, I'm shocked, that was better than I did before. Tower, this is Bravo 1-1. Did you see that, Bob? Did you see it? Did you see that? Over. Right, thanks for watching, and I hope that gives you a taste of what VTOL's all about, especially with the T55, and looking forward to the next aircraft, which is rumoured, he says, rumoured to be the Tornado. Just rumoured, mind. That should be out in the next, well, quite shortly. Right, thanks for watching again. Adios.